Welcome back, YouTube. The menu here says we're 9% of the way through the game. That just means we found 9% of the stuff, and we have access to...
Anyway, time to go!
Player select. So now we can play as Maria, and the game is super good as Maria. The way this game works, because you might be asking from the last video, what happens when you run out of continues? It doesn't matter, because whenever you finish a stage, it gets added to this stage select screen, and then every stage you beat, you can pick up from here. So you never, ever, ever, ever lose progress in this game. Unlike Bloodlines for Genesis, which I hate for that reason. But I'm highlighting stage 1 here, and you see it shows the bosses of the level. One is a dragon, which we fought as Richter in the last video. What's this other one? Why are there 2 bosses in one level? Same thing with stage 2. Why are there 2 bosses? How come the path goes up here to stage 2 and then splits in 2 paths? Because Rondo is really cool. So this video we're going to just do a full clear of stage 1, and I will show everybody why Maria is the way to be, and why this game is really, really worth playing. Right after this loading screen. There we go. Okay, no more loading. Rest 3, credit 0. So, Maria, she also doesn't have too much air control like Richter doesn't. You can't change her direction in the air, but she has a double jump that feels... It doesn't feel like Symphony because there's no air control, but it feels more like Ghouls and Ghosts, like a double jump in that game. How you can jump one direction and then jump back, and then if you're jumping one direction and you push the opposite direction in midair, it slows your jump a little bit. So you have a lot more control over placing your jumps, and it just feels better. She attacks with these little doves, as you can see, and she has this slide move, which is just silly looking, a really fast roll, and yeah, that's pretty much it. She gets different sub-weapons than Richter does. As you see, I have a kitty cat here. And that's what the kitty cat does. We actually figured out, last time I streamed Symphony of the Night, I was playing a Maria run of Symphony of the Night, we figured out what her animal companions are called. They're named after 4 Chinese gods. The cat that I have is Byakko the cat. And I'm going to kill this skeleton ninja with Byakko. There he goes. So, this screen here, first of all, she gets different food. She doesn't get meat, she gets ice cream. Here's the meat of Rondo of Blood. Last time we went through, the meat of Rondo of Blood. Last time we went through that door and fought the dragon. So we don't need to see what's on the other side of that door. Instead, we're going to go this way and break through this wall and find a hidden room with this green thing in it? What? There are so many hidden areas in this game. It's kind of alarming, actually. It gets kind of silly. That monster poisoned me, and when you're poisoned, you don't take extra damage. Instead, you just you move slowly for a minute. In any case, it's really obnoxious. So here's a hidden plant monster room. Pretty nice. Drops a bag of money and a sound item. The thing with this sound items is that's the hidden items in this version of Rondo of Blood. There's a mode where you can go in and select what music you want to hear in what stages, and the more of those sound items you have unlocked, the more of them you have access to. I've never gotten 100% in this game because getting the last few sound items, the ones that you find like out in the game world are fine. I like those ones. The one where you just kind of find while you're out and about. Ooh, that's the turtle. We don't want the turtle. That's Genbu the turtle, by the way. His name's Genbu. And not a fan of Genbu in this house. The dragon is Siryu. And we'll take Siryu for a minute. Sound items is what I was talking about. Yes, I've never gotten the 100%. The ones you find in the game world, I think, are fine. But some of the sound items, you can't actually unlock unless you do the crazy boss rush modes. And it's not a big fan of the boss rush modes, personally. You can get right under here and it's pretty safe. I was trying to time a dragon hit in there, but looks like it didn't work for me. That was a bad jump. Get in the middle of his dragon rotation, Brickroad, then you don't have to worry about it. That's alright, we'll just dove him when he comes down. Until we can get there, and then we can dragon him. Did he sneak right in between my doves there? I mean, he's a pro, guys. Total pro. Oh, I thought he was going to come up and do fire. I'm like, wait a minute, he's taking a minute to come up out of the water. Is he going to breathe fire at me? There you go. He almost snuck through my doves again, but not this time. Okay, so now he's dead, but here comes his, like, final move. Aha! No, I will knock you down into the river. And we get our little end-of-level orb, and there's the stage clear. So, every level has 2 paths and 2 bosses. And if you take the alternate path and fight the alternate boss, you end up in an alternate stage 2.
Shoutouts to PokeDude for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.